Good morning, everyone. So, beginning today, we are starting with the question answer sessions. As last entire week, we worked on our relationship with ourselves and we worked on self love. Next week, we'll carry forward the topic of relationship with others. So, any questions that you guys have about your relationship with yourself, please raise your hand, and one by one will help to unmute you and you'll answer that. Good morning. So, whoever has the question, please raise the hand. There is no question?
I think you explained well. Nobody has questions these days.
Yeah, I'm so happy. I can simply do a few downloads and we can close the session. Yes, Simi, please switch on the camera.
Actually, I'm lying down. Is all right. I'm not well.
Okay.
1 minute,
Yeah.
I'll just get up. Okay, the thing is, my relationship with myself is currently very bad.
Currently,
In a sense,
previously it was good.
Previously it was good. I was healthy. Now I'm in quite a bit of pain, especially in my legs, and I'm having it since quite some time. So I really don't know, what do I do? Do I do forgiveness? How do I release, let go? I don't know what, because it's going on since quite a lot of time, and I really don't understand what's happening.
So when you say, Simi, that my relationship with myself currently is going very bad. So was there any time that you can go back and say that, that was the time I really accepted myself completely. I really loved myself completely. Was there any time or you cannot recollect any such time? Close your eyes and ask yourself, when was the time when I really accepted myself totally and completely for who I am? And when I really was in love with myself for every aspect of my life.
I can remember a few happy times, but self-love is something, it's a new concept. Previously we didn't know much about that, but yes, there have been a few times where I was happy with what I was doing.
Okay, so then simply, I think last entire week meditations and downloads you listen, and what you can do is your if self love is impacted, it would be impacting big time in your other relationships also. The
Okay.
reason why we emphasize so much on this self love is that I cannot work on relationship outside till I haven't worked relationship inside.
Right.
So do that, and relationship outside what problem you have, please put that particular note on the YouTube or our Facebook, because that is what from next week we will start working on. So we will take each one's personal thing and work it as a group, and that really helps a lot. So
Okay.
both relationship with other and relationship with the self, it's like interconnected.
Right.
But so there are three things which I had said: self acceptance, gratitude, forgiveness. And
Yes.
probably one needs tools for the same. So currently, just listen to the downloads, listen to the meditations, and simply say, I accept myself for who I am, what I am. It is safe for me to love myself. I am lovable.
Okay.
Yeah, please write
Yeah.
it down right now.
Yeah.
I
Right.
accept myself for who I am, what I am.
I accept myself.
For who I am, what I am.
1 minute. 1 minute. It's a little difficult for me to move.
Can somebody put it on the chat, please? So I accept
Yeah.
myself
That.
for who I am, what I am. It is safe for me to love myself, and I am lovable. Just go on affirming that Before we close the session, we will do some downloads also. So it's written on the chat. You can take it from there.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you. Get well soon.
Yes. Thanks.
Thank you. Yeah, Shivani.
Hi,
Hi, Shivani.
good morning.
Good morning.
Uh, so I wanted to ask you two questions related to our relationship with others that emerge from the relationship with ourselves. So uh, when we start setting boundaries for ourselves, sometimes that disturbs the relationship with others because they already have certain expectations of us to be either quiet or not talk back or uh, and how do you maintain those relationships while you continue to grow your relationship with yourself because they expect you to be a certain kind of person and you're changing because you start loving yourself. So one is that and the other is
Let me first answer your first question
okay.
because so that it does not get diluted and it's fresh in everyone's memory. So, honestly, it's an illusion because boundaries are very, very important in everything. So, boundaries for ourselves, boundaries with others, boundaries within ourselves also between because so if I am just not myself, right? I am a particular role that I am playing. For example, if I am a mother, I am a daughter, I am a child, I am a sister-in-law. These are the roles which define me. But at work, what it is. So even being able to draw the boundaries between my work profile and my personal profile allows the equilibrium to happen. So majority time when we think that others have expectations and when we start loving ourselves, what I mean is that when I start prioritizing myself, when I start taking care of myself, that like other, for example, somebody asked you to make tea and you are tired and you say that no, I need rest. Other may feel bad about it. Now, what hits you is not others' expectation. What hits you is your own expectation with yourself. What we feel is that, oh, what other person will think. But your personality, the aura that you vibrate with, your own self is what hurts you is always and always your own expectation with the self and the need to prove yourself, need to other to be happy with yourself all the time.
Mm,
Need for that. When you speak that from a place of knowingness, and that's why we have taken that topic of assuredness. When the knowingness that I know, and when it comes from the place of being knowingness, then you don't need to justify yourself to anyone.
mm, mm,
And eventually, people do recognize you, appreciate you for that quality of yours. People will say, oh, this person, Shivani, is very straightforward. She's not the person, if she's genuinely not fine, she will want to run away from work. There
mm,
must be some reason, and people start recognizing you. So it is not actually others' expectation, it is our own expectations with the self which goes on hitting. So, if at all, if that is there, that needs to be addressed. That why is it that I require to always put others on the pedestal high and myself low? And majority time it comes from the childhood memories. Again, the imbalance of giving and receiving.
mm, mm,
We have been programmed from the time we were in the womb always to be in the giving position. So no matter what, somehow we are not being able to come in terms with that I can be in a receiving position also.
mm,
And somebody is giving, that makes us feel overwhelmed. It makes us feel guilty. It makes us feel, no, no, I don't want it. Majority parents can't accept it from children.
mm,
No, I will be the one who will be giving. So it is so much in the mass consciousness. It is so much in our understanding of the religious scriptures that we did. It is so much in our programming that, especially in India, so men are supposed to be the earning member. So if the female starts running the house, male starts feeling bad. A lot of female have the problem that, oh, but why do I require to take the money from my husband? So it is in our genetics, and that's where like the entire conflict comes.
Mm.
So we will see the entire 2 weeks how it goes, how everybody feels about it. And if everybody is like they feel that they are doing good, then probably we will move to the next subject, or else it is simply that requires a longer workshop because
Okay.
it's a deep programming. Then
Mm.
you all can say that, I would like to have a workshop for the same. And we will see when we can do that workshop. And workshop is something, so I'm just making it clear it will be some nominal charge because it's an energy exchange where
Mm.
in the relationship dynamics it is needed. When I'm teaching you giving and receiving, I cannot be giving and teach you how to receive.
Right, right,
Right?
right.
So relationship is one topic. So we are doing our best to see that how during these 2 weeks it brings that equilibrium, but it's a very deep programming.
Mm, mm,
It's
mm,
like a constant. That's why I said that like being loving the self and being selfish, it's like a cyclic thing in life. So it's only my awareness or introspection matched with my tools which helps me to make that journey easier.
mm,
For
mm,
us it's a constant using of b tool which I we do to make that journey easier for ourselves.
mm, mm,
That yes, I feel I'm getting stuck here, but like what what did I feel? Let me like, oh, this is what I felt, what Richa yesterday said. I felt that. So first acknowledging that feeling and then going like why and releasing it and then we program. So it's an entire process. Yeah, I
Understood.
hope that gives you clarity. Yeah. What is your question too?
I don't want to take time, so I mean, I know we are, at
Sure.
9:30. So
Yeah,
maybe some other time I'll ask. So
sure. Thank you.
thank
Thank
you.
you so much. Yeah. Who is next? Today I'll not be reading any chat. Like, please come. Yeah. So, who is VSV? Please open. Yes.
Yeah, hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, my question is, there's a concept of the self-love. To what extent, suppose if you are in a relationship, how do you draw the boundary to know whether is it a toxic relationship that you should leave, or is it that you need to complete a certain karmic thing and therefore you need to stay on? Because if you technically have self-love, probably you will want to leave. But there's so many other things that's playing in the background too. That is one prong of the question. The other side is, if you have okay, you answer this question first. I will ask later.
Okay. So, again, it is limiting belief that any relationship which is toxic, any disease which comes to me, that is a vehicle for me to let go of my karma. So, how do I define karma for that first? So, even if, for example, in one of your past life, you are being very bad to that person, you did a very bad behavior to that person. As per our understanding, in this lifetime, that person comes and does that behavior to you. So, the energy exchange gets over and gets nullified. It's simply as I go to the market and I asked, I want to buy a glass of juice. I pay 30 rupees and the person gives me the glass of juice. Energy exchange is done. If I took the glass of juice and I didn't pay the money, energy exchange remained. I have a karmic imbalance to complete. And next lifetime, probably that what happens that somebody does not pay me. In a simplified example, I'm giving you. Now understand, so soul comes down only for two reasons. One, to finish the energy exchange. Two, every experience is simply an experience, and you are not your experience. It is a learning tool for you. So, what did I learn from that experience? Till the time I don't learn, forget you finishing your karma with that particular person. The pattern will continue. For example, somebody is being very angry, very harsh on you. What is your learning? You're learning to stand up for yourself and to speak for yourself. Your learning is to believe in yourself. Only when you don't believe, you operate out of fear. And then your fear overwhelms you. There are doubts. What will I do? So if you believe in yourself, you come out of that and you are very strongly being able to speak for yourself. So even if you remain in a toxic relationship thinking it is my karma, I would have done, you don't even know whether you have done something in the past or not. But if you still don't learn to speak for yourself, the pattern will continue. Second thing, even if it was 1%, if we assume that to be karmic, how you feel while finishing the karmic obligation, that's always and always and always 100 out of 100 times your choice. The God does not tell you that when somebody is doing wrong to you, you feel pathetic about it. You start abusing yourself. You start saying, oh my God, my life is so bad. Oh my God. It's a choice that, oh, this is also a passing phase. And when it is a learning for me to get myself high on a pedestal, to be able to handle it better. The minute you learn, it is like till now you had a magnet, the person was teaching you. It's like when you go to the school, till the time you have not learned, there's a curriculum given to you, right? And then there is an exam, you pass or you fail. Now, when you learn and you pass, they upgrade you. Do they teach you the same curriculum next year? They don't, because they know you learned it. It's the same thing in karmic relationship. You learned it, you upgrade. That person will not teach you the same lesson anymore. And you
So,
probably don't require.
so it doesn't mean that just because you learnt it, finished, the situation has to change in the current. You just have to
No,
just
if you learn it, situation can change either in the current scenario, the other person will change, or you will be strong enough to live that toxic relationship and move out. But it's
o-
not compulsory to learn it from that person only.
okay, and
It's
which
a learning, yeah. So you can
and
liberate that person from the that I. It is something like I now choose to liberate myself and this particular person from any karmic obligation that might be pending between two of us to teach each other any lessons of life. I liberate myself and liberate that person across time and space through different lifetimes, through generations, through eternity between the times. Any time by my words, thoughts, or actions, if I may have hurt that person, I forgive you. Anytime by your words, thoughts, or action, if you hurt me, I forgive you. And then we do the soul fragment exchange in the session or during the class. Then there are still more processes. You do the energetic cord cutting, you do that. So there are tools which are needed, but that's the main understanding of it.
understand. And also you had mentioned you have self-love, you have to continue loving yourself.
No, no, no.
And
One
there
sec,
is
one
a
sec, one sec. Before you
yeah.
continue, I will never use the word you have to say self love. Have to comes out of compulsion. Self-love is the key for everything. Love is the foundation. That's what I will say. So,
Okay.
have to word will not come in my vocabulary. So, please, anywhere you are using the word have to, it will lead to a toxic relationship. Say, I choose to love myself. I'm deserving of loving myself rather than I have to love myself. It's not something like, oh my God, I have to love myself also. I have to do so much work. It's not that. It's like I'm choosing. I'm my best. Like I am choosing. It's just a fun thing. It is not something like, oh my God. Yes.
Okay. But if you say that not only do you receive, you must give. I mean, you give and you must also receive. But the people around you don't give you, how to receive, right?
No. So again, I'm not saying that, no. So people around you giving and receiving. Receiving is something we block. So our own limiting beliefs that life is really pathetic, nobody gives me, I'm not deserving of, I have to always be in a giving position, I'm not deserving of it. If I will do that, the other person will get angry. I fear rejection. I fear that. So there are thousands of beliefs that we have which we block our own front heart chakra. The front heart chakra is to receive, the back one is to give. We block it. There is a fear, what if somebody will give me? I will lose myself. I lose my identity. Or it's our ego. I'm always a giver. Boss, I don't need your help. I know how to help others. So it is our ego. So
That's a one
changing
hand.
your own beliefs will make you, like, that's why even the first affirmation that I gave her, when I am lovable, automatically you allow people to love.
Okay. 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 Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who has question, or I can do the downloads? I hope nobody has a question anymore. Wow, that's good.
Everyone
So
is putting it on chat for some reason.
no, I said please don't put it on the chat. Like,
If
please,
any of you from chat want to actually ask your question, just raise your hand.
or very quickly. Yeah. So Nita.
Hi, Sangeeta. First of all, I would like to express my gratitude. I have an offer in process uh, related to job as such. And I do have a query that, are you able to hear me?
Yes, we are.
Yeah. So I do have a query that sometimes, especially the official matters or sometimes related to my personal matters, I'm not able to deal with certain situations and certain people. I do my best to be polite or deal in a polite way, and I do not take any actions against anyone. Try to remain calm. Sometimes I even end up crying alone. Only if it in case it is from family member, and it is not very often, very rarely as such. So I just to the point, if I'm to say I'm unable to deal with certain situations and certain people, so how do I deal with it?
Honestly, I didn't get your question only. I think it was more like you were saying your story than asking a question. I didn't get your question only in this part.
Yeah, in short, say for
But
example,
whatever
if I'm
topic we have, like whatever topic we have taken last entire week, any question related to that, then ask that. Because to be able to help people to heal their situation is not something which is a one line thing. Life is the series of experiences that we create for ourselves. So, again, the series of work that we do with ourselves to be able to reverse it, right? So, it is not something where I'll come with a magical stick and say, okay, like I'm doing that and that this will change. So, If anything which a part of it which you didn't understand, you ask me that. Or till then, like if you're not unable to heal your situation, continue listening to the meditation, continue listening to the downloads, and slowly and gradually it starts changing the subconscious programming. Yeah. Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you, Beena. Neeta, now suddenly 9:30, we have three people. Yes, very quick.
Thank you, Sangeeta.
Thank you. Hi, Neeta. Good morning.
Good morning, Sangeeta. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, yeah. Tell me.
So first of all, I want to thank you both, Sangeeta and Richa.
Thank you.
I have not thanked you enough for anything.
No, please. Thank
Uh,
you.
yeah.
Mm.
So I had come to you and I've done the course, and at that time, like I was not ready to release anything. I was still holding on to things. What all I wanted, I thought was only attention. I think so. Now I realize that. And after I put up the question that why am I not being heard still positively? I don't have a firm voice. And still, like, I feel ignored in the group or wherever I am. And when you were explaining, I got my answer. Maybe the reason being that I'm not listening to people. And so people are not listening to me. Am I right?
You're correct, but so guys, this answer is like little more intuitive, and so not uh, the answer. So what you brought across is completely correct. So people mirror reflect us, and we are not being a listener. So many times, if I have to go one line underline, so why am I not a big listener? And
Yeah.
why am I not being able to do that? Comes from a very strong passive aggressive behavior. And where does the passive aggressive behavior come? So many times that's why in the group we make you tap on the thymus point and we say change, changing, it is changed. Is because as a kid, as a child, there are times that the child could not speak up the authorities. And so, for example, when a mother tells the child, go bring me that particular pot from that place, and child doesn't want to do that, child just wants to go and play. But knowing that I do not have the right to say no to my parent, mother, father, or it's a joint family, anyone. So there is an aggression which starts building up, and they normally then portray it in a very passive way. So what happens is when we grow up, we are not passive anymore, but there is a part of us which has become a rebel to the core. So it is the rebellion in us of the childhood which gets triggered in lot of circumstances from people around us. We start thinking that probably my problem is with my friend, with my spouse, with my in-law, with anyone. But in reality, they trigger you of one of your childhood thing. So to me, it is more like if you require to like want to change it. So one is like be a good listener, but at the same time, if you still are not being able to be a good listener, so ask yourself this question: am I a rebel against the system? Am I a rebel against what is the worst which will happen if I allow myself to work in the system? What is my fear? So then there will be a lot of beliefs will start coming in. They will eat me up. They will, I will not exist. They will not. And these are the beliefs which needs to be cleared. And the minute that beliefs get clear, no, I mean, suddenly you will feel everything shifts. You will not have to constantly, consciously make an effort to be a listener. That fear will disappear. That child feels healed, and automatically it will become a very natural flow. And for a practical thing, revise your class. This
I, I,
time,
I keep on doing that, and it has helped me a lot.
yeah, this
And
time you are ready for it
yeah, I'm ready for it.
because that time it's more like a rebel, like, oh, you told me, no, I don't want to do that. So the first subconscious behavior is, I don't want to do that. So the minute you will feel safe, and that will automatically start bringing flow, and all your potential will start shining. It would be a great journey. See you soon in Sesta again.
Thank you. See you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Yeah, last question, Amrita.
Yeah, hi.
Hi, Amrita.
So, first, thank you to you and Richa. I
Thank,
see a lot of changes in myself.
thank you.
I am,
That.
some part of anxiety is settled, and various things I'm not able to repeat the meditations too much. So now what I've started doing is I just play them. Maybe I'm not sitting, I'm going somewhere, coming somewhere, but I feel just by listening also, it helps a lot. So with the conditions, of course, I am not able to take out time, but yes, whichever way I can. So they really help a lot. In
Yeah, so
I
for
never thought.
everyone, many times a particular meditation which resonates you the most, the when you go to sleep, like you can create your own that playlist and put it on and go to sleep.
Right.
So the time doesn't remain a crunch, and that time you are already in a very deep trance state. The programming is much more powerful. So one is during the daytime you are being aware of every step, and night is it can be a reprogramming when
We
you
can do
just
that. Okay.
put it on and just go to sleep. Put it
I
on.
was thinking, then I thought that, I'll be sleeping, so I'll not be able to listen to
No,
anything.
no. It is okay. Like even if you think that you lost the connect, you have not heard a single thing.
Right.
But you'll be surprised and shocked how it will start showing in your everyday life because it goes very, very deep.
Right. Yesterday, I dozed off in between when
Yeah,
Richa was
fine.
saying, and I slept 1 hour later also. I just didn't want to get up. So I kept sleeping. So the only thing which is, now someone says, what do you want? So I say, no, I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm doing good. So, but I'm not being able to be patient with my kids. I really get, because when I say, beta kar lo, they don't do it. And then I said, you know what? So I just wonder how it can be similar to what ma'am was asking, Neeta ma'am, how I can be heard at that end. It's my question with the kids.
Richa has a young kid. Richa, do you want to answer or I'll continue?
But you can continue. I follow the simple do as opposed to don't rule. But you can continue and then I'll add my insight if there's something I want.
No. Then you continue. We have less time. So you continue.
It is essentially, Amrita, about seeing as well what about them ignoring your behavior is really, really aggravating you. Because when they're not listening to you, when they're constantly at something, what is it that's actually aggravating me in that situation? Is it the fact that their task is not completed? Is it
Hmm.
the fact that they're not listening to me? I'm feeling
Task
unheard. So when their task is incomplete, how does that affect you? I mean, I remember my mom having a very strict policy of it's okay, don't complete your homework, go to school late, you have to face the consequences. Okay, we weren't big fans of that. Okay, but this thing, she used to have that this thing, and I was like, why? But the thing is that if you, we also a lot of times when we're addressing our kids, uh, get quite authoritative. We start talking to them authoritatively because, of course, we feel like I'm the mom, so I'm going to tell you exactly what to do. Or we start saying, "Don't do this. Don't watch TV. Stop doing this."
No,
If
I'll tell
we
you.
actually,
My problem is I am a very liberal mom. I said, ठीक है यार, जैसे करना है कर लो. ये काम है, complete your work and do whatever you want to after that. And after that, all the masti is done and only the work is pending. And then because I'm not strict, so they don't listen to me. And then that's what, gets
then
on
that
me.
that is what aggravates
Papa
you.
is
So
firm,
I
Papa
will, Amrita,
wanting.
I just simply in one line give you the answer that when certain things people learn from experiences, So if there is any repercussion, experience is the biggest tool where, through which people learn. So if, for example, the homework is not done, something is not done, who is going to face the repercussion? The child. It is okay. Let them do that. Let them go through it and let them hold themselves responsible that it is their responsibility and not yours.
Ma'am, worst is that teachers don't say anything nowadays. The younger one
Let's
is going
see.
to
No,
say
the impact does come. As Richa said, that is how old my three children have
So you
been.
see, what about that bothers you? Because if there is no repercussion, if there is nothing, there's
Hmm.
something about that that bothers you, whether it is their growth being a certain
Yes.
way. On Yeah, so work on that for yourself, and just rest assured that every child, I mean, however young they may be, even if they're in the womb, they know exactly what they want. Every child knows that, and can get to their potential. We as parents are there to push them, to show them further. When we release whatever aggravates us, we generally find ourselves in a neutral energy, and it's a lot easier to deal with that tantrum, to deal with the kid. So trust that they are going to make their journey, they're not going to stop there. You in every way encourage them how you can, but don't let it get to a point where it actually impacts your health. So whatever
Because
aggravates you about that, write that in your diary as well. I feel this, and I accept and choose to let it go. I surrender. So, and then actually feel it and see how it goes. And I feel like talking to kids like they actually understand, respecting them, and talking to them like they're mature is not like, you're talking about life, but we always treat them like kids. But when we actually start treating them like equals, and telling them in a very very calm phase, not even in that, see, this is why I'm asking you to do this, and I really hope you cooperate with me, because it's going to help you, and I really would love to see you grow. I want to see you become an astronaut or this or that or whatever it is they want. I don't know how old your kids are, but telling them that, and then writing that in your diary and surrendering, give that a shot and see how that works.
Yeah.
no base with sorry, the base was that my mother was very strict, and I was like, no, I don't think that is a I think my parenting should be different, and no, being liberal also could have worked. So at times, I get that maybe that was better.
तो
These
उसमें
they
उसका
don't
अभी
listen like
when
this.
we're doing the downloads, we'll include that, because whatever shadow you're living off is what might be aggravating you even more, because there is a choice to do otherwise.
Hmm.
So, which is why you are in two minds. The minute you're going to be at peace, going like, okay, I'm going to do my best. I'm going to treat them with respect, tell them how this helps them, motivate them in every way I can. Then there's nothing I can do, right? And
Let's
the
do
minute that
better.
happens, you get the
40
download, you get
minutes.
it can work.
Let's respect the time. Do the closing prayer. So today we'll do
You can
the
do
prayer.
Do you want to do a
Yes, so
closing
the
prayer?
download can be done. Richa, you can do the prayer. So everyone, just your left hand is in this position and right in, and Richa, you can guide people through the prayer. Thank you.
Father, Mother God, creator of all that is, thank you for allowing each one of us these introspections, these shifts, and allowing us to understand how to truly find ourselves and love ourselves. Thank you for allowing us these benevolent shifts. May each of us be able to take them in, absorb them, utilize them, and make these changes to become beacons of self love, where we shine with self love, and that is all that there is. We shine with self love, and we have this radiant energy all within us, around us, and everywhere. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all. See you all Monday. I want each one, if your relationship with others, and that includes your relationship with your spouse, your relationship with your family members, your relationship at the workplace. So, if you have any particular thing that is bothering you, so please put it to us, because the way in which we took the anxiety week, next week we will start using the B technique and to be able to help you to address that particular thing. So rather than like explaining, like next week we'll go a huge release and lot of downloads and all. So please put it today so that can be addressed. Yeah. So see you all on Monday. Please put it on the YouTube or Facebook so we can compile all the points together and becomes easier for us. Thank you from Team Sister. Thank you so much. See you all on Monday. Have a fabulous weekend and a fabulous life, loving yourself, loving others, being lovable. See you all.